All right, let's dive into something that's in pretty much every kitchen, the food label. We're going to crack the code on those super confusing ingredient lists so you can feel really confident about the choices you're making for your family.
You know that feeling, right? You're in the grocery store. You pick up a box of something, you flip it over, and you're just hit with this wall of text. Words you can't even pronounce. It's overwhelming. We've all been there. But what if I told you there's a kind of secret code to all of this? A way to instantly tell the good guys from the troublemakers. There is. And today, we are going to crack that code together.
So the secret is this idea we're going to call the friendliness score. And it's based on a really simple but powerful concept. Our bodies are overwhelmingly made of water. And an ingredient's true nature, its true character, is revealed in how it gets along with all that water. Now, the technical name for this is a biocompatibility score. And it works on a really simple scale, from 0 to 1. A score up near 1? That means the ingredient structure works beautifully, in harmony with our body's water-based system. A score down near 0, well, that means it clashes. It causes disruption right down at the cellular level. So how do we get that score? Well, think of an ingredient's structure like a collection of puzzle pieces. Some of those pieces are what we'll call good guys. They're water compatible, they love water, they fit right in with our cells. But others are troublemakers. They're water disruptive. They push water away, they cause chaos. The final score is really just the balance between those two types of pieces. And this is our secret decoder ring. It takes that number and turns it into a simple verdict. Anything over 0.85 is excellent, a perfect match for your family. As we go down the chart, though, things get a little more iffy, and anything below 0.25, that's a huge red flag.
Okay, so the theory is cool, but how does this actually work in the real world with real food? Let's do it. Let's put some common ingredients on trial and see how they score.
First up, we've got an ingredient that is a true model citizen inside our bodies. This is the kind of guest you invite to a party, and they not only behave perfectly, they actually help you clean up afterwards. We are looking at betanin. You know that gorgeous deep red color you see in beets? That's this stuff. It's a natural antioxidant, and you'll often see it used as a natural food coloring.
The verdict on betanin? It's a slam dunk. Regulators agree it's safe. Its job in the body is to be a helpful antioxidant. And its structure, it's just packed with those good guy puzzle pieces. It's basically designed to fit right into our biology.
And that is exactly why it gets a perfect score of 1.0. I mean, it is the textbook definition of an excellent, super biocompatible ingredient. You just can't get any better.
But, not every ingredient is so well behaved. Our next case is, it's a real party crasher. It might be totally legal to have in our food, but that doesn't stop it from causing a whole lot of trouble.
The ingredient on trial now is polysorbate 80, and this one is everywhere. It's an emulsifier, so its entire job is to force oil and water, two things that naturally want to separate, to mix together. Think about creamy salad dressings or that smooth texture in some ice creams.
So here's the crucial point. Yes, it's legally approved, but its entire purpose, its very reason for existing, is to be a disruptor. It's a troublemaker by design. And what's really scary is that research shows it does that exact same thing to the delicate protective lining of our gut. I mean, just listen to this quote from the research. It's stunning. It says the ingredient's industrial job, disrupting things, is the exact same mechanism that causes harm in our bodies. It's not a side effect, it's its main job.
And so its score makes perfect sense. At 0.35, it lands squarely in the poor category. That number is a direct result of its disruptive chemical structure and its function. It's a clear, blinking red flag.
Okay, this next case is so important because it just blows up one of the biggest myths you'll find in the grocery store. This idea that if something is labeled natural, it must automatically be good for you.
Let's talk about carrageenan. It comes from red seaweed, so yeah, it's 100% natural. It's used all the time as a thickener to give a creamy, smooth texture to things like almond milk, deli meats, even yogurt.
But here's the twist. Even though it has a natural origin, its molecular structure is just loaded with those troublemaker pieces, specifically sulfate groups. And that structure is known to be highly inflammatory for us. This just goes to show you, where an ingredient comes from matters way less than what its structure actually is. And if you're not convinced, get this. When scientists want to study inflammation in lab animals, they will often feed them carrageenan. Think about that. They use this common food additive as a reliable tool specifically to cause inflammation. That's just wild. So it's no surprise at all that its score is 0.38 right there in the poor category. Because even though it comes from a plant, its actual structure is fundamentally disruptive to our water-based biology.
Okay, we've seen the good, the bad, and the natural imposter. So let's turn all this knowledge into a practical tool you can actually use. Think of it like a new pair of food X-ray glasses for when you go shopping.
It's a super simple, 3-step mental checklist. First, just ignore all the fancy branding on the front of the box and go straight to the ingredient list. Second, for each ingredient, just ask yourself, what's its job? Is this here for nutrition, or is it an industrial tool, like an emulsifier or a thickener? And third, based on that job, look for the red flags, things designed to be disruptive, like polysorbates, or things with known troublemaker structures, like carrageenan.
Look, this whole thing isn't about memorizing scores or becoming a chemist. It's about a new way of seeing, of understanding the function and the structure behind the names on the label. So, now that you have the code, the real question is, what are you going to find hiding in your own pantry?